I'm Richard Yoder. I'm the curator at the Springs Museum. The Springs Historical Society was started by 40 dedicated people from this area. The mover behind it was a visionary, Alda Schrock, and the purpose was to preserve the history and the artifacts of the Castleman Valley. Behind me you will see the windmill taken down from the Robert Coleman farm in 1959 by Luke Bennett. He moved it to Springs. I helped tear it down, and he moved it to Springs to pump the water to the house he built. It was donated by Kim Bennett, his son. Let's go inside the museum and I'll show you around the artifacts that we've collected. Walking inside, I wanted to point out the Joel B. Miller display. He has a lot of his tools here. He was a great leader in the church and in the whole community. He was a farmer, a miner, a blacksmith, a woodworker, a geologist. He was on the school board. He built a school. He was just one of these local geniuses that did everything. We have some of his things he made, even the ladles there he made. He used these planes and made a lot of his planes. He made hinges. He made branding irons to brand his spinning wheels with. He made lots of tools you'll see right through the whole museum as we go on. His father made the Conestoga plate for the toolbox on the Conestoga wagons. And he made bear traps and wolf traps. He just made everything. Okay, and following the Miller line, one of my favorite things in the whole museum is these carvings, these folk carvings done by a teenager, Alan Miller. He carved the people. He didn't have any lessons or anything. They were hobos traveling through, and they would work for a day to have a meal or maybe a place to sleep, and then they would move on. And he made them so well in their likeness that his mother said you ought to keep those hid because they might think you're making fun of him. He also made animals. He made a bear. He made an elephant. He made a nutcracker who was his music violin teacher. There's a black hobo with his pipe and his cane walking. And then you drop down right below and you'll see some of the carvings done by Mirrod Miller in that line also. He has an owl and so many carvings here, but his masterpiece is the head of Christ that he did down here. He even has a tear. You can see the tear coming down from his eyes. Up above you'll see a violin that Clarence Berkeley made. He was one of those local geniuses that he could do anything or make anything. He even had a turn signal on his car before there was such a thing. Up above we have spoons of Peter Beechey's that were donated. He was one of the first settlers in Springs.